You lie awake at 3 a.m., and their face is all you see. You deleted every photo. You blocked their number. You told yourself 1,000 times that it's over, that you've moved on, that you're stronger than this. But then a song plays, a scent drifts by, and suddenly, you're drowning in them all over again. Their laugh echoing in your chest. The warmth of their hand you'll never hold again. The future you built together in your mind. Now just ashes in your heart. And you whisper into the darkness the question that's been torturing you. Why can't I get this person out of my heart? Why does loving them still hurt even though they're gone? Here's what I need you to hear. And I need you to really hear this. If someone lives in your heart long after they've left your life, it only means two things. Just two. Not a weakness in you. Not a flaw in your healing. Two sacred indicators that will change everything once you understand them. And I promise you, when you discover what the second one reveals, you'll finally stop fighting your heart and start listening to what it's been trying to tell you all along. Before I tell you these two indicators, I need you to understand something that will set you free. You are not broken for still feeling this way. You are not pathetic for thinking about them months, even years later. You are not weak for crying over someone who doesn't cry over you. You are human, and your heart, your beautiful, courageous heart, doesn't let go easily because it was never meant to. Some people pass through our lives like shadows. We forget their names. Their faces fade. They become distant memories we can barely recall. But then there's that one person, the one whose absence feels like a missing limb, the one whose memory doesn't fade. It deepens. It settles into your bones like an old ache you've learned to live with. Why? Why them and not the others? Because your heart is trying to tell you something. Something profound. Something that has nothing to do with whether they come back or whether you move on. And here's what breaks my heart. You've been told to just let go, as if love were a balloon you could release into the sky. But that's not how the heart works. That's not how soul connections work. The first indicator is this. Your soul recognized them, not loved them, not was attracted to them, recognized them. There are 7 billion people on this planet. But the moment you met them, something inside you whispered, "Oh, there you are." It wasn't their beauty, though you found them beautiful. It wasn't their charm, though they charmed you. It was something older, something that lives beneath words. An ancient knowing that said, "I've been searching for you, and I didn't even know it until now." That's why you can't forget them, because forgetting them would be like forgetting a piece of your own soul. They didn't just enter your life. They entered the sacred chamber of your heart, where only the ones are allowed to live. The ones who see you, not the version of you that smiles and says, "I'm fine." The version of you that cries at 2 a.m. and feels too much and loves too deeply. They saw that version and they didn't run. At least not at first. That recognition created a bond that doesn't break just because the relationship did. It's woven into who you are now, but there's something even deeper happening. Something that explains why you still feel them in rooms they've never entered. Here's what most people will never tell you because they don't understand it themselves. When you connect with someone at the soul level, you don't just share time together. You share heartbeat. You share breath. You share the invisible threads that connect one soul to another across time and space. That's why you think of them and your phone lights up with their name. That's why you dream of them and wake up feeling like they were just lying next to you. That's why sometimes, out of nowhere, a wave of their sadness crashes over you and you can't explain why. You're not imagining it. You're not losing your mind. You're feeling the echo of a connection that transcends physical presence. Your hearts are still speaking to each other in a language only they understand. And here's the truth that might save you tonight. You can't force that connection to disappear, but you can transform it into something that doesn't hurt. And I'm going to show you how, but first, if this is touching something deep inside you, if you're finding pieces of yourself in these words, subscribe and turn on notifications, because what I'm about to reveal in the next part will change the way you see this pain forever. The second indicator is the one that will bring you to your knees and then lift you back up again. If you can't get someone out of your heart, it's because they didn't just love you. They awakened you. Before them, you were half asleep. You were living a life that looked fine on the outside but felt hollow on the inside. You were protecting your heart so carefully that you forgot what it felt like to truly feel. Then they arrived and everything caught fire. They didn't just make you happy. They made you alive. They didn't just hold your hand. They held up a mirror and showed you the parts of yourself you've been hiding. The passionate parts, the tender parts, the parts that could love so deeply it scared you. And when they left, they didn't just take their presence. They took the person you became when you were with them. That's what you're mourning. Not just them, but the version of yourself that only existed in their light. The one who laughed louder, loved braver, felt more deeply than you ever thought possible. But here's what you need to know. And please hold on to this. That person they awakened in you, that passionate, brave, deeply feeling soul, they didn't take it when they left. They couldn't, because it was yours all along. They were just the first person who made you feel safe enough to let it out. Think about it. The capacity to love the way you loved them. That's not something they gave you. That's something they revealed in you. The courage to be vulnerable, to let someone see your scars and your shadows. That didn't come from them. That came from you. They were the earthquake that shattered the walls you built around your heart. And yes, earthquakes hurt. They destroy. They leave everything in ruins. But they also crack open the ground so new things can grow. You're not the same person you were before them. And you're not supposed to be. They came into your life to split you open, to show you what you're made of, to teach you that you're capable of loving in ways you never imagined. And now that you know what you're capable of, now that you've tasted that depth of feeling, you can never go back to surface level living. That's not a curse. That's a gift, even if it doesn't feel like one yet. So what do you do now? How do you carry this love without letting it destroy you? First, stop running from the memories. When they flood in at 3 a.m., let them. Cry if you need to, scream if you have to. But don't you dare tell yourself you're weak for feeling. You're not weak. You're human, and humans who love deeply hurt deeply. That's not a flaw. That's proof of your courage. Second, talk to them in your heart. Not out loud. Not in texts you'll regret sending, but in the quiet moments when you're alone. Say what you need to say. Thank them for the love. Curse them for the pain. Forgive them for leaving. Forgive yourself for not being enough to make them stay. Release every word you've been holding in your throat like a stone. Third, understand this. The love you feel for them doesn't have to die for you to move forward. Love doesn't end just because a relationship does. It transforms. It becomes quieter, gentler. It becomes a part of your story instead of your entire story. And one day, I promise you this, one day you'll think of them and smile instead of breaking. You'll remember the good without drowning in the loss. You'll carry them in your heart without them weighing you down. Here's the truth they don't tell you in movies or love songs. Some people aren't meant to stay in your life forever. They're meant to stay in your heart forever. There's a difference. They come to teach you what love feels like, what passion tastes like, what it means to be truly seen by another human being. And then they leave. Not because you failed, but because their job is done. They opened the door to a version of yourself you didn't know existed. Now it's your job to walk through it, to take everything they taught you about love and turn it inward, to love yourself with the same intensity you loved them, to treat your own heart with the tenderness you gave to theirs. Because the person you're really struggling to get out of your heart isn't them. It's the old version of you, the one who didn't know what you were capable of, the one who played small and loved carefully. That version is gone. And yes, it hurts to let it go. But what's waiting on the other side of this pain is a you that's more powerful, more compassionate, more whole than you've ever been. So when their memory surfaces tonight, don't push it away. Whisper, "Thank you for waking me up," and let it pass like a wave, because you're not drowning anymore. You're learning to swim in deeper waters. And that's where the real magic happens. Welcome to Psychology Routine. If these words found you when you needed them most, subscribe, because healing isn't a destination, it's a journey, and you don't have to walk it alone.